Welcome to Buzz in the Tower, a podcast dedicated to the movies of the 1980s. Our mission is to take you on a most excellent adventure through time. Buzz in the Tower is so much more than a podcast. It's the map to One-Eyed Willie's treasure. And all you have to do is sit back, listen, and repeat after me. Klaatu! Barata! Buzz in the Tower answers the questions you didn't even know you had. Like who would win in a fight, John Rambo or Hans Gruber? Or who is dreamier, Jake Ryan or Marty McFly? So as we rank, debate, and offer fresh takes of the best from 80s cinema, please remember, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and listen to a podcast once in a while, you could miss it. Don't forget to subscribe to Buzz in the Tower on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. For bonus content, you can find us on all social media channels by searching our handle @BuzzInTheTower. For more podcasts, information, or to contact us with topics you'd like us to talk about, visit our website, buzzinthetower.com. That's BUZZN, thetower.com. Buzz in the Tower is brought to you by Verde Media. Max, I couldn't be happier with the way our website looks.
So good.
Yeah, if you haven't had a chance to take a look at our website yet, you need to right away. These guys, website development, online marketing, they are outstanding. Am I exaggerating at all?
It is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend having them build you one.
I love it. I love it. Look, they're the best of the best. And working with John, their owner, a self-admitted 80s martial arts movie nerd, was an absolute joy.
Is that why you said the best of the best?
That is why I said
Yeah.
that was a tip of the hat to John. They're more than our sponsor. They're our partner. And if you are looking to build a website, they are the group to go to. Find their link on our website and check them out, Verde Media. Today's episode, the Buzz in the Tower Holiday Special, Part 1. December is our favorite month of the year. Sitting on our couch, hot cup of cocoa, curled up with a blanket, watching John McClane say yippee-ki-yay, or patiently waiting for Ralphie to get his Red Ryder BB Gun. The 80s brought us some of the best Christmas movies you could ever want. Today we're going to play the role of Santa and explore all of our favorite 80s Christmas films and make a definitive list of who really was naughty or nice. I'm Ho 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 Mo Shapiro, and joining me as always, the Rusty to my Clark, Max Merry Christmas Sanders. And with that, let's check our list twice.
Why am I not Cousin Eddie?
Oh my God. You're right.
I got the bathrobe and everything.
No, you're right. I'm crazy. You're absolutely Cousin Eddie. You're 100% right. Here's the funnier part. It's not lost on me that these two Jewish guys are starting off the holiday special saying Merry Christmas and ho ho ho.
Let's turn on a microwave and get weird.
Oh my God. Max, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh man, here
Merry
we go.
holidays.
Here we go. Huzzah.
Yeah.
Max, today we're taking over the fat man's job.
It's time. He needs a break. He needs a vacation.
Absolutely. Vacation, you say? Maybe a Christmas vacation.
Oh, God.
This was actually your idea. All credit to you, and I thought it was a fun idea. I have abused you this year and made you watch. I say made you. You've loved watching it, but you've watched hundreds of 80s films.
285 and counting.
Right. And
last 3 months.
And you always get put on the spot. So you wanted to, on our first ever holiday special, by the way, very exciting. I hope you are ready for some Yuletime cheer. You wanted to put me on the spot and make me play the role of the fat man, which I know has nothing to do with my physique.
You are wearing red.
I am wearing red.
Okay. No beard, though.
No beard.
What do you look like with a beard?
I look like Santa, unfortunately.
Really?
No, not at all.
You got white? You're a silver fox?
I haven't grown a beard in a long time.
Do
it. Could
it.
be. No,
Please?
absolutely not. I can't.
For Santa?
No way.
Oh.
Moving along. I'm going to play the role of Santa. You're going to play the
Beardless
role
Santa.
Beardless Santa. You're going to be my head elf.
Yeah, this is a Dwight Schrute, Michael Scott office situation.
Absolutely.
I'm for
and
that.
I know you're for that.
Yeah.
You love that. And you're going to throw at me from our list of favorite 80s Christmas films.
Right.
You're going to throw at me characters that I don't know who they're going to be, but I have to make a decision whether they are naughty or nice.
Snap decision.
And I have to be able to defend it one way or the other.
Yep.
Love it. Quick clarification. I'm sure some people are waiting for us to have the debate. And you know what the debate is.
I don't want to have it.
I don't want to have it either. We're not going to have the debate, but we should identify what the debate is. Everyone around this time of year wants to talk about whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So I'm with you. I don't have the
Johnny
sound.
5 that.
Yeah, there you go. No,
Get it outta here.
Let's get it out of here. I think that, wow, that's a fun topic. That's not what we're doing.
It's not fun. It's really upsetting.
It is. It is.
I'm upset. You put me in a weird mindset to start this
I'm
out.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The way in which we are choosing to define Christmas movies, and we'll do that. We'll put kind of the guardrails around it. But let's start with the easiest way. A Christmas movie is a movie that's about Christmas.
Right.
So if you have a movie that's about Christmas, that's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, trees, Santa, reindeer.
Not just trees. We should be more specific.
Pine trees.
Pine trees, you know.
Or
Christmas trees.
Christmas trees that look like Christmas trees.
You and I couldn't be more different.
General trees. Shrubbery.
We should talk about this. In my experience, there are two types of Jewish people. There are the Jewish people that grew up around Jewish people. That's you. You grew up around, I mean, you went to what, like 300 bar mitzvahs growing up?
Yeah, so if you celebrate Christmas, you were alone.
Yeah, right. That was the oddball in your town. I grew up around virtually no Jewish people, so all I ever wanted my whole life was Christmas. So like I love Clark Griswold. Like that's who I want to be. I want to be the Christmas guy.
8 days is better than 1.
I know. See, I love Hanukkah too, by the way. Happy Hanukkah.
It's Hanukkah?
It is. It's
Okay.
terrible. Happy
Yeah.
Hanukkah.
Nice
Hanukkah.
Gelt,
That's
right?
amazing. Hanukkah gelt.
Yeah.
Dreidels. Come on.
Baruch.
Easy. We're gonna lose.
Okay.
We're gonna lose our audience. So that's amazing. I get a tree every year, a real tree, you know, and plus having kids makes Christmas and Hanukkah quite a bit more
You put the
fun.
little train around too?
Yeah, we do have a train. Yeah, we absolutely do. I'm a sucker for this stuff.
Jammies? Do you have matching jammies?
Absolutely. We have Hanukkah jammies.
Okay.
But we have Christmas jammies
Stockings?
too. Oh yeah. The whole nine, man. We
Okay.
don't mess around at the Shapiro house. But I've been this way before I even had kids, before I got married. I love Christmas. But it's important to bring that up because again, you have this easy way to identify Christmas movies, which is it's a movie about Christmas, about Santa,
Right.
about the reindeer.
In the title, usually.
And it could take place any time of year. If you had a movie that was about Santa taking his summers in Hawaii, that's still a Christmas movie because
I'd
it's
watch
about
that.
Santa,
Yeah.
right? And it's about Santa. The second way that we can define a Christmas movie is where Christmas is the backdrop of a movie.
Absolutely.
And to me, that's where people get so tied up on Die Hard. Die Hard's a Christmas movie because it takes place during Christmas and there's a lot of references to Christmas in the movie. Any movie where that backdrop is Christmas is a Christmas movie.
Absolutely.
And I'm not talking obscure 1 or 2 moments. I'm saying if the scene is set and the lights are up and it's referenced, that makes it as a Christmas movie. So for us right now, the only line I'm drawing in the sand is we're excluding a whole bunch of movies that I would call made-for-TV Christmas movies because we're
Which you
sticking
made
to
me
movies.
watch, by the way.
I did make you watch those, but Pac-Man Christmas, He-Man She-Ra Christmas, Star Wars Christmas, these are
Babes in
fantastic.
Toyland.
Oh my God. No, Babes in Toyland is a legit movie.
Oh, it is?
Oh yeah, that's
It
a real.
looks- it looks made for TV.
Yeah, don't talk about that Keanu Reeves gift in a negative way. But
Mr. Miyagi was Santa.
he was. That's the distinction. So today we're not, by the way, maybe next Christmas, that's my Christmas gift as we talk about all the made for TV movies, but we're an 80s cinema podcast. So we're going to stick to the movies, not to the made for TV movies.
I'm for that.
Okay, fair enough. So you and I, the only part of this that we talked about beforehand is we kind of landed on a list of our favorites, and we're probably missing a couple, but we picked the ones that we like. And really, other than that, you are rapid fire, picking the movie, throwing the characters, and I, as the sit-in Santa for the day, have to decide whether these characters are naughty or nice.
Yeah, I'm going to argue, though, if you cross my
I want you to
elfish
argue.
ways.
I want you to argue. I want to see
I have
that.
elfish wisdom. You Lord of the Rings.
I have seen it. You have to tell people that. Yeah, I've seen it, you know.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's a secret. Yes, I've seen Lord of the Rings.
I don't
but
like Lord of the Rings, by the way.
You don't like it?
Hate them.
I think we're ready to jump into this topic, which will
Jump
be
in the
fun.
snow.
Let's make some snow angels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max, the floor is yours. And like I said, you will give me the movie. You'll give me whatever characters you want. The only part of this that I knew ahead of time is the possible list of movies that this could come from.
Yep.
No sequence, no individuals. And with that, my head elf, can we give you an elf name? What is your elf name?
Queasy?
That's a dwarf name. That sounds like the 8th dwarf.
Legolas?
Legolas. Never. We'll just call you Max.
Dartarian.
Dartarian. There you
That's
go.
a musketeer.
You're my elf. No, it's great. You're my elf, Dartarian.
I'm also a musketeer. On the side.
Dartarian, the elf musketeer. Please take it away. What do you got out the gate?
I want to go classic right away. So let's go 89's Prancer.
Oh, Prancer.
This was cute.
Max, I love this movie.
It's adorable.
Prancer is the reason I love Christmas.
Yeah.
It is everything I love about Christmas. Story of a girl who believes, a father who doesn't, and a reindeer who saves the soul of a small town called Three Oaks.
Is that off the top of your head?
That's off the top of my head. I love this movie. Dude, I'm telling you, you're talking to Johnny Christmas over here. Like, I'm ready to rock and roll. Don't worry.
And they're from Michigan, too.
I know. Don't worry. I know. It was shot. Three Oaks is actually in Indiana. Did you know that?
I did not. So they lied to us.
Well, yeah, I know, right? That's the only lie in this movie. Everything else is the truth.
You know Tom Skerritt's from Michigan, too?
I did.
And Lily Tomlin, I found out.
I did know that as well. Damn. Yeah, dude, come on. Michigan, I know my Michigan.
I know. I thought I would stump you. But back to Michigan.
Back to Prancer. So before I let you give me the characters that you want to do naughty or nice, do you want me to give quick synopsises on these films?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
I'm going to try to give this without crying because I typically every time
I've never seen a movie where you tear jerk from beginning to end.
So it's so funny that you bring this up. I watched this the other night, a couple nights ago, and it was my two daughters, my wife, and my son.
Did your wife not cry?
My daughters didn't cry, and my wife didn't cry. Aaron and I cried the whole movie, and then when we got busted crying, my wife made fun of me like she was some schoolyard bully saying, "I can't believe you're crying during this movie."
I'm glad that she was on the other foot.
No, so. and she said it was a terrible movie.
What? That's crazy.
I know.
So is this a bro cry movie? Is this like a Rudy?
I don't know, but it got me in all the feels.
Yeah.
So the story of Prancer is it's got that classic Disney, like some parent has died and there's some tragedy. I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know.
I don't think so.
It doesn't. The production quality doesn't feel like it's Disney, but the story feels like it's Disney. But Sam Elliott, how do you not love Sam Elliott?
The mustache,
right?
the stash.
Mean, he's the better half of the Double Deuces. Bouncers.
So are we led to believe this is Wade settling down? This is what happened.
He's salty. He's salty enough. Except I think he was killed in.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. Small detail. I like where your head was at. I mean, you could also go on the other route, which is that his name is John Riggs, and are we to believe that he's related to Marty Riggs,
the older, crazier brother of
Riggs
Martin
and Murtaugh? So Sam Elliott is John Riggs.
Yeah, he is.
John Riggs. He lives on a farm. Apple farm, right?
Honeycrisps, I hope.
Oh, yeah. And he's got two children, and his wife has recently passed away. They don't say why, but it seems like
cancerous.
Yeah, it seems cancerous. And, there's just this coldness to him. Like, he's a terrible, terrible human being. And his daughter just wants to be, his daughter is a beacon of Christmas joy. She's the loudest one singing in school as they're getting ready for the school play. She believes, she's at that 8-9-year-old phase where, like, kids stop believing, and she believes in Christmas, and she believes in all this wonderment, and she's got an older brother who's a jerk to her, and nobody's on her side, and she just needs a miracle. And you're staring at me right now because like my eyes are probably glossing over, like I'm going to start crying. So what happens? She finds Prancer. She finds a reindeer that's injured, and she's convinced that this reindeer is Prancer, and this whole movie is about her against everyone. And it ends with her dad coming around, showing her some support, showing her love, rescuing Prancer, and he just flies off with Santa and the other reindeer, and the relationship between father and daughter is saved, and the town has its soul back. I love this movie. Breathe.
You get gooey around the holidays.
This movie gets me super gooey.
So the music too, it's all kind of piano, soft, kind of, and it's all snow.
Max, it's so good.
The jerky brother with the earring,
who at the end is like, I love you. I don't want you to move away. Like, those moments are just like, they're so beautiful. I mean, if you have a sister, how could you not, like? How does that not make you just goosebump when you see the brother being a good brother?
I'm jealous, actually.
I know, right?
I failed in that.
You're a good brother.
Love you, Katie.
All right, so I gave my mushy synopsis. Do you think I covered enough of the movie that people get what it's about?
Yeah, wipe your eyes, blow your nose.
It's beautiful. Also, I should note one of my favorite small parts, Abe Vigoda as the veterinarian.
Oh, yeah.
He was great. All right. So, and it's funny because in rewatching this, her best friend Carol is the girl from Jurassic Park.
Oh, no way.
I was staring at her. I'm like, who is this girl? I'm like, it's the girl from Jurassic Park. And then Billy Quinn is, Johnny something, whose name is escaping right now. But he's the guy from Big Bang Theory and Roseanne.
Oh, my God. Really?
That's the kid, Johnny. And he also, he's also Rusty from another movie I like. But we'll talk about that. Okay, Max, I've given enough. I've talked too long. Who are the characters that you want to ask old Santa Mo, ho, 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 is on the naughty or nice list?
Okay, this is big because this is going to determine how you're going to judge everything else.
So this is going to be like a court of law where you'll use my precedent that I set here to argue against me in future ones.
Court case 37, 1948.
MG versus Prancer. That sounds terrible.
John Riggs.
Oh, man.
Now, are you a forgiving Santa or are you an Old Testament, thou shalt not cross me Santa?
He's so mean to her the whole movie.
He's a shotgun in his hand.
He sells Prancer. He sells Prancer. Like she obviously
for $200 though.
This girl gets in the newspaper and the church is like praising her and he sells Prancer. For $200, exactly. For $200, he's trying to get rid of his daughter and ship her off to Aunt Sarah's house.
Prancer did eat his pies and crash his house.
I don't care. That's nothing. That's like you and I in the holiday rolling home. You know. Oh,
but he turns around in the end.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. It's beautiful.
Turns hard.
He turns hard, and it really gets you in the feels.
But he did tell his child he couldn't raise her. That's pretty lousy.
I know, but he was also he was trying to do what's best by her. So this is why I'm torn. I gotta say he's on the naughty list. But here's the thing about the naughty and nice list: you can always redeem yourself. This is in
year by year.
Yeah, right. So in a snapshot in this particular film, you can't just put him in the nice list because he made one grand gesture at the end of the movie. He was a prick the entire movie.
So fast forward, it's 2020.
Oh, I'm sure he's nice. They have a beautiful relationship with each other.
They've seen Santa. They know.
Yeah, they know they're being watched. There you go. So I say naughty. Santa has delivered naughty. Delivered or delivered?
I was going to say.
No, delivered. It's a deliberate. Santa has made his rule.
There you go. Okay, easier one. Little layup. Jessica Riggs.
Oh my God, nice. She is literally the sweetest character and most wonderful Christmas character of any Christmas film.
Small retort. That girl in school, you hated that girl. Everybody did.
No, I didn't hate that girl.
She was loud. She was abrasive.
No, I hated I have to be the straight A girl or I have to be the straight A boy.
That was me.
She's not that. She had a serious family trauma, and the fact that she even has that degree of cheer in school, I love. I love everything about this girl.
Does she ever bend though? Does she ever break?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't care. She's the best.
She's stubborn.
She's on the nice list. Santa has spoken.
Okay, yeah, I know.
All right,
clueless.
Fantastic. We're one down.
Yep.
We got the feel. We're there. Emotionally, I'm drained because you started with Prancer. I wanted to cry during my recap.
Should I have gone less heavy in the beginning?
No, it's okay.
You gotta start with bangers.
Take a big.
When you
breath,
make a mixtape, your first one.
Lucky for you, Santa has all the magic wonderment we need, Max. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Speaking of Christmas magic.
Oh, are we ready for our next one?
Santa Claus, the movie.
Oh my gosh.
How do you get the naming rights for that? Let's buy Santa Claus.
So this movie, for me growing up, this was my first Santa movie.
Ooh.
Outside of the claymation, Rudolph and everything, but as far as movies are concerned, this was Elf before Elf, I think. It had elements of it. Elf is certainly, Will Ferrell's fantastic, but this was Elf before Elf. So let's take a step back. Got to explain this movie to those poor, unfortunate souls who had never seen this movie.
I didn't know this existed until a week ago.
So it's a classic story. The fun part about this movie is that not just is today, what happened today, or at least in '85 when it came out, but it talks about the history of Santa. It fills in the holes for all those kids that ask those questions. It is two separate movies.
It's an origin hero story.
Yes, exactly. That's a great way of putting it. Well, and I think didn't the people who did the Superman movies did this, right?
The executive producers of Superman did this.
It feels like when you see Christopher Reeves finds like the fortress of solitude with his little diamond icicle thing. That's what it feels like in this movie. So that makes total sense. So this movie is about how Santa Claus came to be, right? Claus and his wife are toy makers. They go off into the forest. There's a storm.
1600s.
I love that you get the original, right? So you know what you learn in this, which I don't know if this is true or not, but that Donner and Blitzen were the OGs. Those were the first two reindeer that took them off into the forest.
So is this story based on anything? Or
I have no idea. I treat it as canon. It's 100% accurate. I accept it as real. But they go into the forest. The snowstorm comes. They're saved by the elves. The senior ancient elf, our friend Burgess Meredith from
Rocky.
Rocky.
The elves doing for hundreds of years?
I don't
waiting
care.
For them?
I just love that Burgess Meredith is the ancient elf. He's like Claus, Claus, you got to eat thunder and crap lightning. Like it's fantastic. Like how can you not love that?
I did love the boxing scene.
Oh, that's great. It's great. So they create Claus. They turn him into Santa Claus, who for centuries is Santa Claus, and
get him the red suit,
get him ready to go. And he has an elf, and that elf's name is Patches.
Patch,
not Patches. Patch. Played by Dudley Moore. Are you familiar with Dudley Moore?
I confuse him with the guy who hangs out with Richard Pryor.
I don't even know what that means.
Arthur Moore?
Fine. No, Arthur Moore. What are you talking about? Gene Wilder?
Willy Wonka.
How can you confuse him with Gene Wilder?
They look similar.
They look nothing alike.
I don't know.
All right.
They're both British.
So just so we know, right? Gene Wilder's not British.
Sounds British.
He doesn't sound That was my Christmas gift. Thank you. That was amazing. Gene Wilder, the famous British actor. God. So
thespian.
Yeah, there you go. So Dudley Moore. So yeah, have you seen Arthur? Are you familiar with Arthur at all?
The drunk rich dude.
Yeah, so you know that at least. And then he was. There's a bunch of movies he's in. I don't think you have seen any of them. Do you remember Milo and Otis?
No.
You don't remember Milo and Otis?
No.
It's a cute movie about a pug and a cat and their adventures. I don't know if it's an 80s movies, but you need to watch it. All right. Anyways,
If it's not in the 80s, I'm not watching it.
he was the narrator of that. All right, you've derailed me on this.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Santa Claus the movie. So Patches. No,
Patch.
not Patches. No, I'm derailing myself. Patch is the head elf, and he thinks he can do it better, cleaner, faster. He wants to evolve Santa's
Modern
workshop.
industrialization.
Yeah, exactly. So
He's not wrong.
he sets up a conveyor belt. The conveyor belt breaks. He's embarrassed. He's like, I'm getting out of here. So he heads off to
Well,
New
the toys break too.
They do. So he heads off to New York City. And while he heads to New York City, he's taken advantage of by a guy, BZ is his name. He's the owner of a failing toy store. He's an awful human being, played by the friend of the show,
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow, our friend, your friend, my
in
friend.
the Lithgowiest
He
performance
is
ever.
so Lithgow in this movie.
Hair slicked back,
Yeah.
pinstripe suits.
Yeah.
cigars.
What? They're going to pay for the toys? You
Do I
can't give them away
just
for
say,
free?
over and over again?
Oh, it's the best. Lithgow's the best.
I could have watched him play this role for the next 20 years.
He was great. So they head off in that direction. While Patch is setting this all up, he essentially gives the bad guy the Christmas magic, right? So
Floatable.
Right. The sub story to this is Joe the orphan boy, right? I think he's an orphan and homeless.
That was his full name, actually. Joe
the orphan
boy.
That's terrible. He develops a relationship with this wealthy girl,
Cornelia,
who is the niece or the daughter.
Niece.
She's the niece of John Lithgow's character.
Yep.
And they have this very kind of cute Charles Dickens, poverty, rich person experience going on. And then integrate Santa, who comes into town. The orphan boy plus the niece helps Santa get Patch back in it, save the day.
The story's all meshed together.
It is, but it's a standard. We're gonna save Christmas.
The loop
story.
de loop.
We got to save Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. So Max, we've laid it out. Naughty and nice. Who am I judging?
So I can't make you judge yourself, can I?
No. You're gonna put Santa? Don't you dare put Santa
put
on
a
the
mirror
stage.
up.
Nobody puts Santa.
Don't look at me. Let's go Patch.
Patch. Boy, that's a good one.
He means well.
He does, and
Wants toys for all the boys and girls.
And I just feel like he's kind of an idiot, and that's why he gets in trouble. His overall goal is kind of like good, right?
Yeah, efficiency.
He just makes a lot of dumb mistakes.
He does.
And when he realizes kind of the totality of those mistakes, that's when he turns.
He comes around, absolutely.
I'm going to put him on the nice list.
All right.
I'm going to put him on the nice
Good.
list. I don't think he's that bad of a dude.
It makes me happy. If I mess up, you're going to be forgiving.
You are Patch.
Yeah.
Although you're D'Artagnan apparently, but you could also be Patch.
I'm Gene Wilder, and I won't stand for anything else. Welcome to my
Come
chocolate
with
factory.
me, and we'll see. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I like it.
That's
Good.
great. All right. Who else you got?
I got Orphan Joe, Little Orphan Joe. Kind of snarky.
He is. I got to put him on the nice list too, because I feel like his life circumstances would allow me to give him a little bit of a pass. Like, I know he's kind of like a jerky kid, but like he also helps Santa save Christmas. How do you not put him on the nice list?
He meets Santa, and Santa asks, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm pitching a no-hitter for the Yankees. What do you think I'm doing?"
That's not that terrible.
It's hilarious.
It's funny. He got a little edge to him. That doesn't put you on the naughty list.
Walking here.
I'm giving him the nice. I'm giving him the nice.
Wow.
He helped Santa save Christmas.
I think you're biased because this is your movie. Did you direct this movie?
I did not direct this movie. I would have not used Gene Wilder if I directed this movie. I'll tell you that too. Oh, that's great. All right, so we have covered Santa Claus the movie. Where are we off to now?
Mo,
Yes, Max.
can I open one gift?
No.
Please.
You can't open
You're
any gift.
Santa. You can decide.
I know, but you know the rule. You can open one gift on Christmas Eve, the rest on Christmas Day.
You're the worst.
Wow, I might be the worst. Here's what I will let you do right now.
Okay.
We need to do our ad.
Okay, so it's like spreading Christmas cheer.
Yeah, kind of, right?
Okay.
Well,
so
let's do it.
Put me on the nice list.
Buzz in the Tower is brought to you by Capsiva Pain Relieving Gel. And I can tell you that if you're sitting at a table across from a guy who has to go to the bathroom every 25 minutes, you're going to get arthritis, you're going to get muscle soreness, psoriasis. Capsiva is all natural. It's okay. Capsiva is all natural and designed to increase blood flow for the healing and pain relief process. Try it for free at capsiva.com. That's CAPSIVA.com. And Max, I'm an old man and I need this kind of stuff. It works. It's great stuff.
Yeah, it's like Wilford Brimley in Cocoon. You know what I mean? You feel revitalized.
That's exactly what it's like. Buzzn the Tower is also brought to you by Lindsay Larrabee Photography. If you have checked out our website, hopefully you have. You've seen the amazing photos that were put up there. Lindsay,
so good.
Yeah, Lindsay and her team did all of those.
She teased my hair.
She was fun to work with. Just made the whole experience really exciting for us. She has been taking photos of families, children, and smiles in Metro Detroit since 2017. She loves what she does, and it shows. She works with her clients, catches everything in the moment, and adores watching the connections and relationships unfold in front of her lens. If you mention Buzzn the Tower, you get $25 off any family session in 2021. You can find Lindsay on our website under our sponsors page. Check her up and get some work done. She is fantastic.
Yeah, she made us look good. She can make anyone look good. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a left turn. We're going to go more Christmas adjacent.
Oh, I like it. Left turn Christmas adjacent. What do you got?
One of my favorite 80s movies, Trading Places.
Randolph and Mortimer Duke, the Duke brothers.
The Usual Stakes?
Oh, absolutely. $1. Max. So at the beginning.
Mortimer.
At the beginning.
Great name. Can we just, Mortimer Duke, whoever wrote that, just had a mic drop and leave the room.
This is on its own merit a fantastic movie. We talked at the beginning about these kind of, you said it best, Christmas adjacent, right? Like Christmas is a part of this movie, but this movie isn't about Christmas. But it for sure is a Christmas movie.
Dan Aykroyd dressing as drunk Santa.
And stuffing salmon in his salmon suit. With,
that, I almost throw up.
Oh, it's the best. He's chewing on it, his beard stuck so in his teeth. It's the best. So Trading Places is your standard movie, right? Normal movie.
Yeah, right.
Was this John Landis?
Yeah.
Oh,
love Landis.
Yeah, this is everything about this movie.
Just watched Blues Brothers too.
Oh, yeah.
About to watch Crossroads. You ever seen that?
I've not.
Yeah.
With Britney Spears?
No. Ralph Macchio.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Have you seen it?
No, I have not.
Okay.
So
Macchio and Landis, how do you not see that?
I'm just
sorry.
You're getting a little fired up. No, you're good.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. You got the spirit. Trading Places. You've got Randolph and Mortimer Duke, the Duke brothers, commodity brokerage firm Duke and Duke. Been around forever.
Since the stock market was open.
Yeah, that's what they tell us.
Yeah.
They've got their blue blood, blue chip, Lewis Winthorpe III. What a great name.
The naming in this movie is outrageous.
Oh, everything about this movie is outrageous. So Lewis Winthorpe is one of their employees. He's about to marry the Duke brothers' great niece or something like that.
Just niece.
Yeah, whatever. I think it's great niece, but whatever. They're about to marry her, and they read a article in Modern Science or something about nature versus nurture. Right? Is Lewis Winthorpe successful because he's got what it takes, or is he successful because he was born into the right family, born into the right city, born with the right access? And they decide to do the old swaparoo, and they find Billy Ray Valentine, played by Eddie Murphy. Great role.
I got legs. I can walk. It's a miracle.
They swap the two of them and essentially try to ruin Lewis's life and try to make Billy Ray's life better. And again, this movie ends with Lewis and Billy Ray getting together, turning on the Dukes, destroying their empire, and teaching them both a lesson.
So
you shouldn't mess with people.
I've seen this movie 30 times. Do you understand the frozen orange market trade at the end? I don't. I looked at it online. I still don't get it.
Everything that I know about the stock market is from this movie. So I don't totally understand.
Futures. I don't. Everyone's screaming.
This is so far out of our soft spot. Like I couldn't even have a podcast with you about this. I know so little about trading, commodities.
Although I did learn they made $258 million.
Oh, they did. Yes, that's how much money they made. Yeah. So I feel like we should know, right?
Yeah. But still don't get it.
Still don't get it.
But that's part of the beauty of the film. You're not supposed to get it.
Also, I'm just going to say it. Jamie Lee Curtis playing Ophelia. Funny. She was so funny in this.
She's really good.
Yeah, she was great in this movie. I love Jamie. This is probably my favorite Jamie Lee Curtis film.
Fish Called Wanda. I really like too.
This does it for me. I love her in this movie.
Freaky Friday.
Great. I'm old. Freaky Friday. That's fantastic. I do love her also in those yogurt commercials they have stuff for your stomach. Those
for
are great
stevia
too.
Or whatever. She's great. Shout out Jamie Lee.
I do love Jamie Lee Curtis. The one thing I want to bring up that I love about this film that has nothing to do with what we're talking about today, but I just want to bring it up anyways. There's a scene where Lewis Winthorpe has already been sent to jail and he comes back to the club that he used to belong to, and all of his old rich posh friends are sitting around, and he interrupts them. And one of these girls goes, and one of these girls is finishing the tail end of a joke. And she goes, and she stepped on the ball, and they all start laughing. if anybody I know ever gets bougie, I don't care if they've seen this movie or not, I always say, and she stepped on the ball.
Do you actually?
All the time.
That's awesome.
My friends that know it get it and think it's hilarious. Other people just think I'm being a weirdo.
Well, you are a weirdo.
I am a weirdo.
And also, for anyone who's saying this isn't a Christmas movie, in Italy, they play this on Christmas Eve every year, and it gets a 10% higher rating than anything else on TV.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah.
That's so
for the last
funny.
10 years.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And by the way, anyone who says it's not a Christmas movie, make like a tree and get out of here. All right, Max, there's a lot of characters in this. So who do you got for me, naughty and nice? I'm sorry, D'Artagnan, Patch. I'm calling you Patch. Who do you got for me, Patch?
Okay, we got Frank Oz, the corrupt cop. No, I'm
I loved his role. He was great.
Yeah. Also, do you know Giancarlo Esposito is one of the cellmates of Billy Ray?
You're kidding.
Yeah, he's right next to him.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Moff Gideon's right there.
Yeah. Oh, that's really funny.
But more central character.
Yeah, much more. Yeah, please stick to the main characters. That's okay. That's all right. You wanted to flex a little bit. That's all right.
Coleman the butler.
Coleman.
Yeah. Great name.
It is great. Boy, that's a really good one because he obviously, towards the end of the movie, plays a pivotal role in kind of helping them and supporting them, but he also goes along with what the Dukes want them to do. I don't know, right? Like, he's employed by the Dukes, and the house is owned by the Dukes.
Right.
So when the Dukes say, throw Louis Winthorpe out and act like you don't know him, he's just doing what his job is. He's a butler. He's just, he's got to take
Seems
care
like
of...
he's done this before. Like, he had this kind of knowledge. He's like, oh, again.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because this didn't seem like the first time that Randolph and Mortimer made a bet like this.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, if you look at the...
Because when he's on the phone, he's like, okay, again.
If you look at the body of the work of the whole film, I feel like he spends more time in the film trying to be a good person than he does being a bad. So I'm going to put him on the nice list.
I think you're being swayed by his fun Irish priest.
I do love him.
I do too. No, that's their whole reason.
I know. He's on that train. He's great on the train.
I think that's what you're doing. You're being entertained.
No, because even when he was like making crepes for them and they didn't want
Grand
dessert,
Marnier and the orange.
and he
Why didn't
threw
you eat
it
it? It
out.
looked delicious.
It did look delicious. But he had a good attitude about it. He wasn't like mean behind their back.
No.
And he helped
them. He helped out
He
Billy
them
Ray
out big
too.
time. He did. You know what? He gave Billy Ray good advice. He was looking
Didn't
out
treat him
for
like trash.
Yeah, I'm nice list.
Okay, cool.
Great pick, but I'm giving him the nice.
Okay, speaking of Billy Ray.
Billy Ray Valentine. Oh man, I mean, naughty. You got to put him on the naughty list. I love him. His character's fantastic. He's a hustler. He kind of finds Jesus at the end of the movie when he starts realizing that, like, you got to treat people as
work
humans.
hard.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a scoundrel.
But he
fakes having no legs and being homeless so he can hustle people.
Even at his best, he was a scoundrel.
Yeah, I agree. I love the character, and I'm again, maybe next year. I think now that he's on that island with Winthorpe and Coleman, it'll be nothing but the nice list moving forward.
Next year, are we going to do the 2020 Where Are They Now naughty or nice list?
Well, it'll be a little bit weird because next year's 2021.
Right.
Huzzah!
Still, 31 years later.
We'll see. We'll see.
That'd be fun.
Maybe.
Where Are They Now?
They're still. I'd still be on
I read
the
those
island.
People magazines where it's like the 80s stars.
You would read those People. Who reads People magazine?
I read them in dentist's office when I was a kid. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
All right, Max, I'm excited. I'm ready for your next movie.
This is my favorite movie on the list, just from a sheer movie standpoint. Not
Really?
Christmassy. It's
Not favorite Christmassy, but this is your favorite overall movie on the list?
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited. What do you got? What do you got?
Santa, I Must Break You.
Rocky IV.
Da, 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 da.
Why are you singing Ghostbusters?
That's Eye of the Tiger, right?
Oh, yeah, no, it's okay. I can't tell because you are tone deaf and everything you sound.
I'm still gonna try.
Sounds exact. Everything you sing sounds the same way.
I'm going to try. You'll do it yourself.
All right, fine. I'm not doing it.
Do Hearts on Fire.
Hearts on Fire.
I'm climbing a mountain.
Rocky
in a
IV.
thin leather jacket, by the way. Unrealistic.
So Rocky IV, quick synopsis. By the way, how do you give a quick synopsis on one of the best films ever made? I don't know, but I'll do my best.
Because it was a 90-minute music video. It's pretty easy to synopsisize it.
All right, here we go. Rocky IV. Rocky Balboa and his newfound best friend Apollo Creed, which they became close friends in Rocky III.
I want to know who won that fight at the end.
I know, right? They never reveal that.
Ding, ding.
Apollo, now being retired, still has the itch to be relevant, and there is an up-and-coming boxer from Russia, and his name is Ivan Drago, and he wants to do an exhibition fight. So Apollo Creed puts together this huge exhibition fight.
James Brown and everything.
With Rocky as his trainer and in his corner, and Apollo gets murdered. Literally gets murdered in the ring, like dies.
Did you see that coming?
No, didn't see it coming. You usually don't kill off such popular characters, but it worked. I mean, it's a great movie. So Apollo gets killed by Ivan Drago. This destroys Rocky, and Rocky now realizes that he has to fight Ivan Drago, and the Russians get to make all the decisions on the fight. So what day do they choose for that fight?
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, December 25th.
Yep.
So it's a non-sanctioned fight in Russia.
For no money.
For no money. Paulie almost has a heart attack when he says that at the press conference. He's wasted. Yeah, Paulie's... Yeah,
he's married to a robot.
Happy birthday, Paulie. Oh man, Rocky IV.
Why
Okay,
do you have to give it a female voice?
So I know. So Rocky IV, we have this incredible fight, and his son stays up and is watching, and that's the tie-in to Christmas. Is this fight is on Christmas Day?
Well, it's about America,
and it's also
America
and Christmas,
yeah.
Right? There you go. Because it's everything.
And he stopped the Cold War.
He did say, yeah, you're right.
It's incredible.
Gorbachev. Rocky. I've now. This is the 4th podcast we've done where I've been able to do my Rocky.
You love doing
I do
that.
love it. If people could see, I'm shaking my hand vigorously as I do it. Max, Rocky IV, there's a lot of people that could be debated naughty and nice on here. Who you got for me?
Got an easy one. Uncle Paulie. What do you think?
Naughty. Uncle Paulie's the worst.
He makes amends at the end. That speech when he's like, I want to be you.
No, he's the worst.
You're all heart rock.
Maybe,
did you not tear up? Now knock this guy's lights out.
Uncle Paulie is solely responsible for Rocky V. I want you to think about that for a second. If Uncle Paulie hadn't have wasted all of Rocky's money, we wouldn't have had to sit through Tommy Gunn and Rocky V.
I like the street fight.
Stop it. Don't you ever say anything redeeming about that garbage movie, ever.
Hey, Creeds wouldn't have happened without these.
No, that's not true. You don't know that.
Hey, butterfly effect.
No, fine. We could have found a different butterfly that wasn't a drunk, angry uncle, okay? Uncle Paulie's the worst.
He did throw fists of liquor at pinball machines.
Let's go back to when they...
Was that 3?
I don't even know. Like, starting at the beginning, he's abusive towards his sister when they're dating.
Right.
He tries to pick a fight with Rock, and then he asks for a job. Rock gives him a job. That's not good enough. Rock buys him a watch. That's not good enough. Paulie is the worst.
You just spent 5 minutes ranting and raving. You could have just said it in 3
He's
words.
the worst. Naughty. Moving along. Next, please.
Okay, this is an interesting one. Rocky.
Well, I got to think about that.
Yeah.
Because you're basically thinking
from this movie.
He's the reason that Apollo died. If he had thrown the flag in sooner, is that what you're thinking? Or the towel?
The flag.
The flag.
The American flag. No.
If he had thrown the towel in quicker.
Well, that. Also, a lousy funeral speech in sunglasses.
You can't, dude. He's got major brain damage. I'm not gonna get mad at him for that.
And as a family man, doesn't tell his wife he's going to Russia on Christmas for no money to possibly get killed by Drago.
Hold on. I'm gonna give him a pass on that.
What?
I'm gonna tell you.
You don't talk that over with your wife?
Nope. I'm gonna tell you why. Adrian is the worst wife, least supportive wife in all cinema history.
She is a wet blanket.
She is the worst. She has one redeeming moment in all of those films. One. And it's in Rocky II when she goes into a coma and he's sitting there with
That's
Mick.
the redeeming moment.
Yeah, right. And she comes out.
Thank God.
She comes out of the coma and Mick is in there with him and basically, she says, shouldn't you be training? And he's like, I'm not going to do the fight. It's over. And she says, just promise me one thing. And Rocky leans over and Adrian says, win. And Mick says, well, what are we wasting our time for here? That's the only, and she has appearances in 5 Rocky films. That is the only redeeming moment she has in all 5 films. So don't tell me that Rocky should be on the naughty list because he didn't tell his wife where he was going for Christmas. She's lucky he stayed married to her.
Wow.
End of story. That's straight from Santa's mouth.
Santa's spitting truth.
I will entertain the argument. I will entertain the argument that he may have been responsible for Apollo's death by not throwing in he obviously was not a trainer and should have been in that situation.
He did try to talk Apollo out of the fight big time, even in the night of.
I know, but I just.
Oh, did that hurt his confidence? And he just was.
I'm putting Rocky in the nice. I'm putting him in the nice. You can't put him in the naughty. He ended the Cold War. Yeah. All right, Santa sees that. Santa recognizes.
Okay.
All right.
Fair.
All right. There you go. Yeah, but Paulie's awful. Just so we're clear on that. Paulie's
I want to make sure everyone knows.
I want to make sure everybody knows. I don't know. You want to have a debate? You want to have a nice podcast? Let's talk about who's worse, Paulie or Adrian. That'd be an interesting conversation.
Ooh, bad family.
Ugh, the worst. All right, continue. Next movie. This is great, by the way. You're picking great movies. I'm excited.
Yeah, this one you're going to love.
Oh, I love them all, but let's see what you got.
Bill Murray classic, Scrooge.
Scrooged. Oh, man. Put a little love in your heart.
This movie's wild.
It's great.
It's bananas.
It's I feel like Bill Murray had a lot of influence into what went on in this movie. It's very Bill Murray-ish.
Well, I guess him and Richard Donner didn't get along on set, though.
Really?
Yeah, they hated working together.
I've heard before that Bill Murray, you either love him or you hate him. Like, there's no middle ground. Like, a lot of people don't get along with him.
Yeah, he's super high energy.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine, right?
Steams rolls through everybody.
Yeah, I mean, what's that like for you?
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. All right, so Scrooged, it is a, would you call it a reboot or a remake or just a influenced of Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol?
It's a retelling.
Retelling. I like that.
Ooh.
So that's great.
I'm pretty proud of
remember that. That was really good. Scrooge is a retelling of Charles Dickens' classic Christmas Carol.
What day is it?
You buy me the fattest goose. so you've got Frank. You've got Frank Cross, played by Bill Murray, who essentially is Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yep. Big time.
Now here's something interesting, right? Elliot Loudermilk, who's played by Bobcat Goldthwait, is he basically Bob Cratchit? Because in the Christmas Carol,
right,
Bob Cratchit's son is Tiny Tim, whereas in this movie, Tiny Tim is really
his secretary's.
Yeah, but I still think Elliot is Bob Cratchit.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm skipping ahead. Bill Murray's character, Frank Cross, just an executive at a television channel or whatever station.
Yeah, television station.
And he gets the classic visited by the ghost of Christmas past, ghost of Christmas present, ghost of Christmas future.
After he makes an ad so scary, he kills old women and he's happy about it.
Yeah, they have like heart attacks. Yeah. He is just he's an awful, vicious curmudgeon.
Yep.
And this movie is
if you're drinking Stoli straight, you're an evil guy.
The whole movie is Frank Cross going through that process and turning his life around. And that's the beauty of this movie. That's the beauty of A Christmas Carol. It's that realization that there's still time. They didn't waste that. His speech at the end of this movie is fantastic.
You can always change tomorrow if you want.
You got it. This is the best. This is the Christmas lesson.
Tiny Tim talks at the end.
I know.
Is his name Tim in the movie?
It's not Tim. Does he say God bless us, everyone? I think he does.
He does.
God bless us, everyone. Oh. All right, Max, who you got? There's a lot of good and bad in this movie as far as characters. So who am I going to be passing judgment on?
I'm going with the funnest name, Elliot Loudermilk.
Oh, man. Elliot. I love Bobcat Goldthwait.
I just saw One Crazy Summer. Hilarious.
He's great in that. Oh, and the Stork Brothers, is that who he is in? Yeah, it's the Stork. I should get bonus points from remembering the Stork Brothers.
You know he's Robin Williams' best friend in real life?
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, the two of them.
He directed a bunch of Robin Williams movies, like terrible ones, like Man of the Year, stuff like that.
I had no idea. I had no idea that Bobcat Goldthwait even directs stuff.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Police Academy movies yet?
The first one. He's not in the first one.
He's not in the first one. No. But that's his most infamous role, for me at least. I grew up watching him in the.
Do him and Michael Winslow hang out?
Well, you know, in the
together their noises might like just explode the world.
In the Police Academy movies, he starts off, and I don't remember if it was 2 or 3. But he starts off as being a bad guy, and then joins the academy and becomes a cop.
All right,
and then is a cop.
I love when that happens.
The sequential ones after that,
Fast and Furious style.
That's fantastic. Elliot Loudermilk. Boy, I don't know. I mean, I want to put him on the nice list, but he definitely
brings a shotgun.
Brings a shotgun and starts shooting it in the office, and he goes postal at the office.
He's firing it. He's not just thinking about it.
No, this wasn't an idle threat.
Yeah.
He was trying to kill Frank Cross.
But he was nice to begin with. This is like a Trading Places.
Was his wife pregnant or just had a baby or something
like that?
Yeah.
And he wanted to take off the scary ad and put a nice ad about Christmas.
I know, but he lost it.
He really did.
He really.
This is the reverse of your normal scenario.
I gotta put him on the naughty list.
Yeah, you fire a gun.
Now I think he is. I think the year after this, you know, in the timeline of this movie, he's on the nice list. Him and Frank are, you know, their families are hanging out. They're doing great. But he's exceptionally violent in this movie. Oh, that's good.
He does hold people hostage too, for a good reason.
Right,
but
right. Yeah. So it's a little bit. All right, who else?
Agree. So we gotta talk about Bill Murray, Frank Cross.
Yeah. So this is a classic argument, right? So Ebenezer Scrooge. You're basically asking, is Ebenezer Scrooge on the naughty or nice list?
So this movie lets us think that he was really good until he was about 25 too.
Well,
because he wanted to save the world.
A lot of the retelling of A Christmas Carol, when they do the Ghost of Christmas Past, they do show an element where, like, you could see
that humanitarianism,
not that much of a humanitarian,
he was gung-ho.
But a little bit of a humanitarian.
Him and Claire were trying to save the world.
Yeah, but I agree. But remember, Santa's list is based on an annual schedule. He's evaluating you 365 in that year.
Do you have like an Excel spreadsheet?
I do. You have to use, because look, you can't
algorithms. You have like a TikTok thing.
Let me tell you something. If Santa looked back years, I would be getting coal every year. You just gotta kill it that one year.
You're like a cornerback. You don't remember the last play.
That's right. It's always the next play.
Yeah.
Next game.
Santa the linebacker.
Ebenezer Scrooge, Frank Cross, both of them, you got to put them on the naughty list.
Yeah.
It's great that they redeem themselves. They're heading in the right direction, but you got to put a body of work together that's more than just the day before Christmas. You can't just do one day.
It's 365 days.
Right. Yeah. Naughty. He's not Paulie naughty, but he's naughty.
What is with you and Paulie?
I hate Paulie. I hate him.
Great haircut.
Great haircut, but I hate him.
In shape. Looks great.
Max, we're about halfway through the list, so now's probably a good time to close out part 1.
Yeah, let's get some eggnog.
Yeah, a little kick our feet up, relax. Santa's hungry.
Some chestnuts.
I could
walnuts.
Eat some cookies.
Is it walnuts?
No, you don't know these things. You just want Hanukkah gelt. Santa wants his cookies in my belly. As always, thank you so much for joining us. And if you don't want a lump of coal in your stocking, what are some ways you could avoid that this fine Christmas season, Max?
I would suggest liking, subscribing, reviewing us.
Reviews, 5 stars, 10 stars.
15 stars.
Santa loves his stars. Klaus wants the stars.
I don't know what that's from.
It's a combination of probably my Rocky 4. Oh, Rocky, give us stars.
It had some Arnold in there, too.
It did. It was a little of everything. Yeah, at Buzzn the Tower, Apple iTunes, Spotify, anything that plays podcasts, we're on. So check us out, follow us, review us, give us the stars.
Do it.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.